To create the pencil case, open In the Hoop Designer software and click on the In the Hoop wizard in the upper left. Under Template, click Open, and then I went down to Zipper Bags number 5. The number 5 refers to the width of the zipper. You also have number 3 zipper bags, and those would use number 3 zippers. I chose the 6x10 bag, click OK. I can make changes here in the wizard, but I choose to make them on the screen. One thing I want to show you, here are the instructions. All the In the Hoop projects have step-by-step instructions with photos, and that's how you access them. You can print them out. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK to put the design on the screen. Now, in my design, I do not want any added designs to it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete those. You can add them if you want. I chose not to. I do want the bag to be a little bit shorter in length. If we select the bag, go in the upper right to transform, we can see that it's going to go into a 6x10 hoop. I made mine a little bit shorter. So make sure maintain aspect ratio is unchecked. And then on the height, I made mine 9 inches and click apply. You notice that you get a warning up here at the top. Whenever you resize a design that has a zipper in it, you're going to get a warning saying that it may not stitch correctly. I did not change the width of the zipper. So the zipper placement, tack down, and all the other parts of the zipper are still the same. I only changed the length of it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all the parts of the zipper. So that on this design, on all of the bag designs actually, it's the first 4 steps. Select all of those. I'm going to come up to the ruler at the top, right click, center origin, and that put the zipper in the center of the bag. Now I'm going to adjust my quilting. And in the sequence window, if I click the little plus sign to expand the quilting, you're going to see we have the actual quilting, and then there's a run stitch. And up here at the top, it shows that that run is a bean stitch. All of the bags have a bean stitch or a decorative stitch at the edge of the quilting because some quilting files, they don't have a nice finish on them, a nice line, and that's what I did to cap off the end of the quilting, because if you change patterns, you may have it where it needs to be capped off, where there's a nice straight line there. So make sure you choose both, that you choose the quilting and that line that runs, bean stitch. Then I'm going to take the center node here and I'm going to move it. What I'm going to do is I'm lining it up with the center line here between these two lines of the zipper. Now that I have that, what I like to do is get my pattern first before I copy and paste and get the quilting to the opposite side. So let's click on the quilting because I want to change this. And it opens up the fill on the upper right. Under fill type, I went down to advanced stippling. You can choose whatever you want. And under pattern, I went to stipple 112, and I changed the pattern length to 39. Now, why did I change it to 39? It's just a number I put in and I liked it. You can play with those numbers to get different looks. Also, this is on an angle here, and I wanted my quilting direction to be straight. So while it's selected, if you go in the upper left and click the shape tool, you're going to notice this yellow line right here. And you can grab either end of it and move it up and down, and you can adjust the direction of the fill. I wanted mine to be basically straight going across. Now you can see when I click the select tool that it changed the direction of that quilting, and I like this. One thing you need to know about the zipper bag designs too is there is another bean stitch on the opposite side of the quilting, and this is to kind of finish off this edge. Even though there isn't quilting in this area here on this bag, I still added the bean stitch to kind of mimic the bean stitch on the other side of the zipper. We don't need this bean stitch anymore. So I'm going to select it, hit delete, And now to get my quilting in that bean stitch over here in the right hand side of the bag, I'm going to go to the sequence window. I'm going to choose the quilting and I'm going to choose that bean stitch. Come out to the top, copy, paste, and mirror. Then I'm going to grab it, move it over, and see I'm lining it up here with the center line here on this side. And that's how I got the quilting on the other side of the zipper on this. Now, we copied and pasted something, so if we look over here in our sequence window, we're kind of out of sequence. Let's go up to the slow redraw and see what happens. This is the first step, stitches zipper placement. We put our zipper down, zipper gets tacked down, the stitches lining and fabric onto the right hand side of the bag, then boom, it jumps over and stitches the line that's going to stitch lining and fabric to the left hand side. Well, we need our quilting to stitch before that. So we're going to grab that quilting that we copied and pasted and that that bean stitch. We're going to grab both of those and we're going to move it up to be the third things that stitch. So let's look at it again. Zipper placement, zipper tack down, put fabrics and lining onto the right hand side of the bag, do the quilting, does that bean stitch to finish off that edge. Now we're stitching lining and fabric to the left hand side of the bag, we're doing the quilting. It's going to do that bean stitch to finish off that edge, and then it finishes the rest of the design. When I stitched out the pencil case, I added the piece of elastic immediately after the instructions tell you to unzip the zipper halfway. One cut end of the elastic will go up at the top. Make sure that it extends past the stitched zipper lines a good ½ inch. The other cut end of the elastic will go at the bottom and will extend a good ½ inch past the zipper lines. And then you'll take the excess and fold it up in the center of the bag and tape it down. Continue on with the instructions, and that's how I stitch the pencil case.